We are on the record. It's 9:33 a.m. Oh, now we're on the record. It's 9:33 a.m., Friday morning, April 16th, 2021. Council, please put your appearance on the record.
Taylor May on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
So I see that there are two 33-day motions at the beginning, and I don't know why. Is the state ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Side lane 21 CF 3005.
It was filed this morning.
All right. Mosby 20 CF 14428AO.
I don't have a Mosby, Your Honor.
State versus Danielle Mosby.
Do you mind giving me a case number?
I just did. 20 CF 14428.
There was a no information filed
When?
yesterday.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to grant it. All right, thank you. I'm ready. Please tell me your name.
Juan Almonte.
In 21 MM 2580AO, you're here charged with violation of a condition of pretrial release. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. At this time, Ms. George, this court can't come up with any reasonable bond conditions that would ensure the safety of the public and the victim in this case, given the nature of the case and what he was doing. Do you have any ideas?
Your Honor, I would just ask that you set a higher bond. In this case, the last failure to appear was in 2005. Last conviction was in 2018.
He was hiding in the house where he was not allowed to be, Counselor. What says the state?
Your Honor, I'm also unaware of any other conditions that would ensure Mr. Almonte's compliance with the court order. I believe this order was made March 21st and is now April 16th, so less than a month, and he violated the court order. So at this time, I'll leave it within your discretion.
I would just point to the fact that my client, in the affidavit, it stated he was living there, Your Honor. It seems he had nowhere else to go. Understanding that he is in violation of the court order, we would just ask that you take that into consideration with setting a higher bond amount. I believe that if you set a higher bond amount, that will be sufficient in this case.
Ms. May, can you tell the court, look up case number 21MM1968AO? What are the charges in that case?
It was a misdemeanor battery DV.
And the victim is the same one that's in this case?
Miss Liz Figueroa, yes, ma'am. I believe the underlying case, the according to the affidavit, is a backhanded slap to the victim's mouth when attempting to grab her phone.
And attempting what?
Attempting to grab her phone and keys since she was intoxicated, and there was a backhanded slap to her mouth, causing a minor laceration. It's the underlying case.
Mr. Almonte, this court is struggling to find any reasonable conditions of bond which I can impose on you that you'll follow. The very nature of this case, you're not following court orders. That's concerning to this court. At this time, I'm going to hold you at no bond on this violation of a condition of pretrial release. The court was very clear that you were not allowed to return to this residence. You did. Your attorney is going to have to file a motion in front of the trial judge. Good luck, sir.
I'll put a note in there.
Yes. Ms. George, if you can remind me at the end of the docket today to come back to that case, please.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, please tell me your name.
Hedges John.
I'm sorry, tell me one more time.
Hedges John.
All right, sir, you're here in 21 MM 257580, charged with trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office. Ms. George, did you wish to be heard on this case?
Your Honor.
There was an offer conveyed in the case,
Yes.
Your Honor, an adjudication, credit time served, and no return to American Food Mart.
Correct, Your Honor. When I was back there, we were calling names, but some of them didn't come out. So if I can just have a second.
As a moment, she's going to take a moment as a friend of the court. I'm not going to appoint the public defender's office in this case.
All right, Your Honor, my client wants to accept this, well, Mr. John wants to accept the state's offer of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to American Food Mart. He understands all the rights he would be giving up if he was to accept the state's offer here today.
Mr. John, please raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, sir, you heard the public defender, who's not your attorney, but she's operating as a friend of the court, just told the court that you want to enter a plea today. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you understand the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights? No. You understand we're not going to have a jury trial?
Yeah.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than the state's offer here today that was on the record to get you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
Yeah.
And if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could deport you.
Yeah.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass on property after warning?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for
2 days.
the 2 days that you've been in jail. I'll further order you're not allowed to return to the American Food Mart. Sir, do you have a job? Do you have a place to live? Did you say yes?
Yes.
All right, I have to order that you pay court costs in this case. I'll give you a year to pay it. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Larry Odom, he refused court.
21 MM 1558A, I find his refusal a willing waiver of his appearance today. There is probable cause in this case. It's a trespass to a structure. I'll appoint the public defender's office. His bond will be $500. He's not allowed to return to Walgreens. He's not allowed to have contact with any witness in the case. At this time, what says the state as to that on bond case?
Your Honor, one second, I'm going to check to see if it was filed on. The case has not been filed on yet, Your Honor, so state would ask that you take no action at this time.
All right, I'll take no action in that case at this time. Please tell me your name. Ma'am, what's your name?
Markeisha Clay.
Thank you. You're here in 21 CO 509, charged with soliciting without a permit. There is probable cause in this case. Let me ask Ms. George if, as a friend of the court, she has anything to say. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay, Your Honor. If I'm not mistaken, it's a withhold credit time served. Ms. Clay understands the rights she will be giving up if she accepts the state's offer here today, and she understands those rights and wants to accept the state's offer of a withhold credit time served.
All right, Ms. Clay, raise your right hand, please.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yeah.
All right, Ms. Clay. Do you want to enter a plea to this charge today?
No contest.
All right, and you understand if you do this, we're not going to have a jury trial. You understand the rights you're giving up by entering a plea?
Right.
And that is what you want to do here today? Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea,
No,
other than the state's offer? You understand that if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
right.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could deport you?
Right.
Ma'am, do you have any history of mental illness?
No,
All right, so you're able to fully understand what's happening here today?
Yeah.
All right, then how do you wish to plead to the charge of soliciting without a permit?
Say no contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. At this time, I'll withhold adjudication and give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you've been in jail. I have to order that you pay court costs. Ms. Clay, do you have a job?
No.
All right, I'm going to order that she pay court costs and reduce it to a lien. Good luck, ma'am. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Please tell me your name. 21 CF 4392. You're charged with possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, possession of tetrahydrocannabinols, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and possession of cannabis over 20 grams. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond will be $5,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, $5,000 on count 3, $150 on count 4, and $150 on count 5. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You're also not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? You cannot have contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand that? Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
In 21 CF 4391AO, you're charged with attempted sexual activity with a child. There is probable cause for that charge as well, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. What says the state as to bond?
Your Honor, as charged, it's an F2. And I believe Mr. Carr has a limited criminal history. I would just ask that you take the facts into account and set a reasonable bond.
That he has what?
A limited criminal history.
Your bond on this charge will be $50,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You're also not allowed to have any contact with any minor child under the age of 18. Do you understand? Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Martin, M-A-R-T-I-N, Arthur, A-R-T-H-U-R.
21 CF 2853AO. You're here charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. A capias was issued for your arrest for that charge. There's no bond authorized on that capias. You're not allowed to have any contact directly with the victim, co-defendant, or witness, or indirectly. Do you understand what no contact means?
I moved out of
Your
that
Honor.
house
Hold on one second.
after that incident.
All right, so do you understand what no contact means?
I'm in Seminole County now.
All right.
I had no recollection of this warrant because I was the victim.
All right, if you think you have some defenses, you're gonna have to talk to your attorney about that. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you.
Right.
You're not allowed to return to the scene of the offense. You're not allowed to possess or consume alcohol, controlled substances, or illegal drugs without a valid prescription. And you're also not allowed to possess a weapon or firearm. Yes, Ms. George?
Your Honor, I believe he's entitled to a bond. I don't. Is it because of the warrant?
It's a capias, so it's up to the court's discretion, but I can give him a bond.
I would ask that you set a bond amount. I show some mental health issues, Baker Acts. Your Honor,
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
the nurse here wanted to send me back to Aspire to have my mental medicine redone because she thinks there's an imbalance.
Your Honor, I was going to ask for if he could be screened for mental health pretrial release. I
That's
think
possible. I would like
there's, even the officer was concerned when he arrested him. So I would ask that you set a bond amount if you're not comfortable with mental health pretrial release.
Can the state look at the information that was filed in this case and advise the court what's the deadly weapon?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm looking at the actual affidavit, but the information has the deadly weapon as a hammer.
It's which I never possessed. He was the one that had it.
And who's the victim? What's the relation between, hold on a minute, sir, hold on. What's the relationship between the victim and the defendant?
It looked like the victim witnessed his roommate, the defendant, urinating on the side of the residence, banged on his door, and yelled at him to open it, then opened his door with a hammer and swung it in towards the victim.
All right, at this time, I'm going to order that he be screened for mental health pretrial release. If he qualifies, he'll be placed on pretrial release. But sir, you heard all the conditions that I said earlier. Those still apply. No contact with the victim.
I haven't seen him since
All right.
I left the facility.
All right, just, I want to be sure that you understand that.
Yes.
Yes,
If he doesn't qualify for mental health PTR, you want to set a bond?
yes, I'm going to.
Okay.
Otherwise, your bond will be $2,500, again, with all the same conditions. You can't take any drugs, you can't drink, you can't possess a weapon, and no contact. All right, good luck, sir.
Just call the number.
Please tell me your name. Could you put the mic closer to him? I can't hear him. Tell me your name one more time.
My name is Tom Kernan.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 4239AO, charging you with sexual battery on a victim less than 12 years of age, lewd or lascivious molestation, victim under 12, sexual battery, victim 12 years of age or older, and lewd or lascivious molestation on a victim 12 or older. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Yes, Ms. May?
As to count 1 and count 2 being APB on a live offense, they would ask that you hold a no bond on count 1 and count 2 pending an Arthur hearing.
At this time, you'll have no bond on counts 1 and 2. Your bond on count 3 will be $15,000. Your bond on count 4 will be $15,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victims even while you're in custody. Do you understand what no contact means?
I mean, I can't talk to him.
Right, you can't send a message through friends or family, you can't call on the phone, no contact at all, you understand that? You're also not allowed to have contact with any minor child under the age of 18. You understand that? As there's no bond on counts 1 and 2, are there any other conditions the state would request?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Yes, just get closer to the microphone.
I know that you said that 1 and 2 is not the bond. That I don't got bond for 1 and 2, but my sister is willing to help me out with the
So at this time, because of the charges on count 1 and 2, I can't give you a bond. So talk to the public defender's office. They're going to have to file a motion in front of the trial judge to get you a bond. Good luck, sir. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
Daniel Gerardo, ma'am.
In 21 CT 2846 and 2847, you're charged with making a false report to law enforcement and leaving the scene of a crash involving damage to property. I reviewed the probable cause affidavits. There's probable cause in each. Your bond will be $500. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim or witness in the case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In 21 CF 4369AO, you're charged with failing to stop, leaving the scene of a crash involving serious bodily injury to another. There is also probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender's office. Again, you're not allowed to have contact with any victim or witness in the case. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
Your Honor, are you saying the bond at 2,500 in that case?
Yes.
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a blessed day.
You as well. Please tell me your name. 21MM 2583AO, you're charged with disposing of lighted cigars in a manner likely to cause a wildfire. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond in that case is $500. In 20 CF 6507, you're here for a violation of probation. There's no bond at this time, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck, sir. Yep. Please tell me your name.
Gary Scott Wolf, Jr.
You're here for warrants out of Marion County. Count 1, lewd or lascivious battery on a child 12 years of age but less than 16. The bond on that is $10,000. Count 2 is lewd or lascivious battery on a child 12 years of age but less than 16. The bond on that count is also $10,000. Count 3 is lewd or lascivious battery on a child 12 years of age but less than 16. The bond on that is also $10,000. We'll notify Marion County that you're here, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Spanish interpreter cases, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Theodore Leal, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has been previously sworn, Your Honor.
Good morning, thank you. If you could please connect to the headset.
Thank you, Your Honor. One moment.
Sí.
Connected, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
José Pedro Lara García. José Pedro Lara García.
Jose Pedro Lara Garcia.
21 CT 651AW, you're here charged with no valid driver's license. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The bond in this case is $500. You understand you can't drive without a valid Florida driver's license?
Your Honor, the state was offering an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. I just have no one that speaks Spanish right now that I could communicate the offer to him.
All right, you want to communicate it on the record with the interpreter?
¿Y cómo le hago?
I can't. If he, go ahead.
Counsel, could you repeat the offer, please?
It's an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, if he wants to resolve the offer here today. Resolve the case today, sorry.
Sí. Okay, ¿y cuánto tengo que pagar?
Okay, and how much would I have to pay?
You would have to pay court costs. I'm not sure the amount of the court costs, Your Honor.
It's just over $300, but before you accept that
Go ahead.
offer, I want to advise you that at this time, the court is still likely to revoke your bond and your out on bond case.
Your Honor,
Pero entonces, ¿cuándo puedo salir yo?
So then when can I get out?
So you would not get out today, even if you entered a plea of guilty or no contest and a no valid driver's license, you'd be held at no bond on the battery charge. A condition of being released on bond is that you not commit any new law violations. So I'll ask Ms. George if she can give the court a reason that this court should not revoke your bond.
Your Honor, I would just argue that the offense he picked up was a nonviolent offense. He's going to resolve that case today. My client is employed part-time. I see 0 failures to appear. His last conviction was in 2018 for no valid driver's license, which is also a nonviolent offense. So we would just ask that you take all of that into consideration. If you are inclined to revoke that bond, I would just ask that you set a higher bond.
So this court's concern is, while out on bond for a violent offense, he's arrested for disobeying traffic laws and driving without a valid driver's license. In his record, he's got convictions for felony fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement, reckless driving. It just appears to this court that he has no intention of complying with the law.
I would just add that the last conviction was in 2018, Your Honor.
When was the felony fleeing or attempting to elude and the reckless? Can the state advise the court?
I don't see that it was in Orange County, Your Honor, so I'm checking CCIS, 1 second. The false ID to Leo was out of Lake County. There was also a no valid with that case, and that was in 2012. And I'm not seeing the fleeing to elude on CCIS, but due to having 2 last names, sometimes that creates the system doesn't pick it up.
¿Y no me van a dar fianza entonces?
So am I going to be able to get a bond?
That's what I'm thinking about right now, sir.
On the his out on bond case, the battery DV, he does have private counsel in that case.
All right. Please raise your right hand, sir.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, sir. Oh, do we have a Spanish plea form?
He was given one to review, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you read this form?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand the rights you're giving up by entering a plea today?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for the court about the rights you're giving up?
No, pues nomás que se compadezca de mí por mi hija. No, ninguno, nomás que se compadezca de mí por mi hija.
No, I just ask the court for mercy towards me and my daughter.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of driving without a valid driver's license?
No, culpable.
I'm guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the
1 day.
1 day that you've been in jail. I'm going to order that you pay a $100 fine plus court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay that. As to your out on bond case, I am at this time going to revoke that bond and set a bond of $1,000 on that case with all the original bond conditions still to apply. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Ok, ¿y cuándo tengo que pagar la fianza?
And when do I have to pay my bond?
Whenever you want to be released.
Oh, ok, está bien.
Okay, it's fine.
Good luck. Sir, please tell me your name.
Henry Rivera Rasquillo.
Henry Rivera Rasquillo.
In 21-00-123-774, you're here charged with violation of state misdemeanors. There is probable cause in this case. Did the state have an offer?
Your Honor, as it's a city case, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold on credit time served. In a way.
Does he have a Spanish plea form as well?
Or demand.
I don't see that he has anything in his hand, Your Honor. Yeah, I have no one to.
Sir, can you look at that form that they just handed you? Can you read it?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, I need you to read that right now. So you understand the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea today. Yes, sir.
No me opongo.
No contest.
All right, before we get there, I need to make sure that you understand you're giving up your right to remain silent, your right to a jury trial, your right to testify. You understand all that?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, raise your right hand to be sworn.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Lo juro.
I do.
All All right, sir, so you understand, you can put your hand down now. You understand you're giving up all those rights if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today?
Afirmativo.
Affirmative.
Do you have any questions for me about the rights you're giving up?
Negativo.
Negative.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could deport you?
Afirmativo.
Affirmative.
All right, at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to violating state misdemeanors?
No me opongo.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you've been in jail. I'll order that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them.
¿Es todo?
So that's all?
Yes, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Good luck.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Edgar Leiva Sequeira.
Eric Garley.
Edgar Leiva Sequeira.
Edgar Leiva Sequeira.
In 21 CF 1071, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest for burglary to an occupied conveyance, grand theft, dealing in stolen property, fraudulent use of a credit card, attempted, criminal use of personal identification information. This warrant was issued out of Osceola County. Your bond is $6,250 on count 1, $3,500 on count 2, $500 on count 3, $250 on count 4.
Your Honor, I believe.
Oh, I see.
6,000 is the
The
total.
bond total is $6,250. Count 1 is $3,500, count 2 is $500, count 3 is $250, counts 4 and 5 are $100 each. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and we'll notify Osceola County that you're here.
Count 4 or 5, 1,000.
1,000? Hold on. It's not what it says. It says 100.
100 each?
Oh, I see. It is 1,000 each. You're right. Yeah, I see it. You're right. All right, so on 4 and 5, it's 1,000. Thank you for catching that. All right, good luck, sir. Man.
Sorry, Your Honor. Could the interpreter have Mr. Leiva Sequeira's case number one more time? Thank you.
Is that it for Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That's all we need from the interpreter this morning.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right. Please tell me your name.
Shalaster.
That's not who I have. Oh, you have it? Morning, Counselor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You'll put your appearance on the record.
Richard Parker appearing for Miss Laster.
All right, in 20 CF 996BO, you're here for a violation of probation. There's no bond authorized on that. In 20 CF 868BO, it's also a violation of probation. There's no bond authorized on that. 20 CF 709AO is a violation of probation. No bond authorized at this time. 20 CF 4442BO, another violation of probation with no bond authorized at this time. 21 CF 4373AO, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and providing false identification to a law enforcement officer. Counselor, did you wish to be heard on this case?
Yes, briefly, Judge. The bond that's set for the aggravated assault, I think, was set at $1,500. That's fine. On the false ID, it was set at a few $100s. That's also fine. We were going to ask the court to consider setting bail on the violations of probation. The alleged victim in the aggravated assault case is the girlfriend of her ex-girlfriend. So we're gonna obtain a declination from her, and I don't necessarily expect that case to go anywhere, but that's what we're gonna be asking the court to do. If you could set bail at $1,000 per case number on the VOPs, so that would be $5,000. Thank you.
All right, let me finish with this case, though. So in this case, I do find probable cause exists. I will set your bond at $1,500 on count one and $100 on count two. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim or any witness in the case. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Where did this take place?
It would be at her ex-girlfriend's apartment.
All right, so you don't have any reason to return there?
No, ma'am.
All right, then I'll order that you're not allowed to return to that scene for any reason. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
Not on this case, Your Honor.
For all of the violations of probation, Counselor, what are the underlying charges?
They're theft, all of them. Well, grand theft, petty theft.
Grand thefts?
Yeah.
Are any of the victims the same?
I'm not aware because I didn't represent her on those cases.
And the state advise if any of the victims are the same victim?
Yes, Your Honor, give me 1 second. But for the record, state would object to you setting bond on those cases at this time, given that there are many.
She's indicating that they were different victims. On each.
And also, can the state advise what was the subject of the theft? What was stolen?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't have that information.
Yeah, it's different locations.
In the 2996 case number, it was a grand theft, so an F3 from Old Navy. It was $861 stolen.
They're making payments.
In in 2868, it was also a grand theft, so an F3 stolen from Gap. It was $3,061.13. $3,061.13 stolen from Gap.
Are they all retail?
It looks that way, Your Honor. I'm still trying to get to the other two real fast. In 4442, it was a petty theft 2 prior, so an F3, also from Gap. $485 stolen. And then in 709, it was a grand theft, so an F3, also stolen from Gap, $476.82. So I believe 3 from Gap and 1 from somewhere else. And Old Navy.
All right, at this time, Counselor, I'm not inclined to set bond on those. She was placed on probation in November of last year. It's April, so 5 months later. She was somewhere, it doesn't look like she had a lawful or valid reason to be. She also didn't have a valid driver's license, and one of the ag assaults is with a car. So,
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you hearing us out today.
thank you. All right, good luck. Please tell me your name. You're here in 21 CF 1070AO for violating conditions of pretrial release set by this court.
Your Honor, I was able to obtain a corrected affidavit for violation of pretrial release from Ms. Frederickson, who is the Senior Community Corrections Officer.
I have it.
I believe it was filed.
It was, I have it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I believe the public defender's already been appointed. You'll have no bond at this time.
Can I speak to the runner for a second?
You want to talk to your attorney? Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim, direct or indirect. You're also not allowed to have any contact with Valerie Huskin or any other witness in this case. Do you understand? Yes.
My mother yesterday was actually trying to explain to the state prosecutor that my father had coerced her into making the statement that she made, and she was actually asking for me to be released because I take care of my mother and my daughter.
Not at this time, you don't. Your attorney's going to have to talk to the state about that and file a motion in front of the trial judge. Good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Elwood Smith, ma'am.
In 21MO440AO, you're here charged with possession of an open container of an alcoholic beverage. There is probable cause. Ms. George, did you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. The state was offering to withhold credit time served on the open container charge. I did go over all the rights my client would be giving up, and he understood those rights, and he would like to accept the state's offer here today. On his out on bond charge, Your Honor, it is set for a plea, so we would ask that you take no action on his out on bond charge. It is he picked up a nonviolent offense, Your Honor, and we would just ask that you take that into consideration.
All right, I'll take no action on the out on bond case. Thank you, Counselor. My only other question, however, is, based on the information I have, it looks like your client has 50 or 60 convictions. Why would I withhold?
Your Honor, I understand that, and I believe yesterday, before he was taken back, I went over the fact that you may adjudicate. I don't think that's going to change anything here today, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. May, did you wish to be heard?
Your Honor, that's just what I've been authorized to do on the city's behalf.
Yeah, all right. Sir, please raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you wish to accept the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand, however, that I'm not going to withhold adjudication in this case. I will adjudicate you guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Does that change anything for you?
No, ma'am.
All right. You understand the rights you're giving up by entering this plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am. I understand.
All right. You understand that if you're on probation, this plea could violate that.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could deport you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of open container of alcohol?
No contest, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the
3 days.
3 days that you've been in jail. Do you have a job?
Yes, I work part-time for my stepfather.
Okay. Then I'll order that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them. That's the longest I can give you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
So I'll be leaving tonight, so I'll go back to work?
I don't know if you will. On this case, you'll be released, and I did not revoke your other bond. So as long as you have no other holds, yes, you'll be released.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Roderick Dallas.
21 CF 4355AO. You're here charged with aggravated battery on a pregnant person, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond will be $5,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Ma'am.
You can't call her on the phone, send a text message. You can't send a message through friends or family or social media. No contact at all. You understand that?
Ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Were you two living together?
Off and on.
All right, you cannot at this time. I'll order that you maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather any belongings you may have. I'll order that you must comply with any plan set in place by DCF. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Yes, 5. Yeah. I get it. Please tell me your name.
J. Lyndon Medina Hernandez.
In 21 CF 3753AO, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with burglary of an occupied dwelling with an assault therein, tampering with a victim, and battery domestic violence. Another judge has already found probable cause, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Yes, Ms. May?
Given the nature of count one, it would ask that you hold on no bond pending an Arthur hearing.
I agree. Count 1 is a punishable by life felony. At this time, you'll have no bond. Count 2, your bond will be $1,500, and count 3, your bond will be $100. Even while you're in custody, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to return to the scene for any reason. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
Veronica Levine.
21MM156AA, you're here charged with battery. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case, and your bond will be $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Were you two living together?
Yeah, we were.
You cannot at this time. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow you to return one time with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm revoking your bond in 21MM1459AO. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Kenny Andre.
21MM2577AO. And 21CT2842AO. You're here charged with reckless driving and possession of cannabis under 20 grams. Ms. George, did you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. The state did make an offer on the case. However, my client wants to go to trial on this case, so we would just ask for pretrial release. I don't see any convictions here in Florida, and he's employed part-time. No failures to appear, Your Honor.
What says the state?
The state has no objection, Your Honor. I don't see that he has any other criminal history.
Yes, sir.
I believe it was a false statement, ma'am. And I wasn't driving that night. I wasn't driving. The lady got the 1%.
All right. If you think you have a defense, you need to bring that up to your attorney because they'll have to file a motion in front of the trial judge.
Your Honor, all the history I see is a 19 possession of cannabis that was no billed, a 20 possession of cannabis that was no billed, and now this 2021 possession of cannabis and reckless.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand? You'll be subject to random drug screens.
Your Honor, I would ask for a 30-day grace period, given it is marijuana.
I will give you a 30-day grace period, but after that, you'll be subject to random drug screens. Do you understand? You have to answer out loud. You're not allowed to have any contact with Benedict March Andre Deneville. Do you understand that? You're not allowed to have any contact with Benedict Deneville. He was in the car with you. You can't have any contact with him. He's listed as a co-defendant, so you can say that. Where do you live? I can't hear you. Get close to the microphone.
327 Point Vista Circle, apartment 101.
Shoot, I can't hear you. One more time.
327 Point Vista Circle, apartment 101.
Is that close to this Americana Boulevard, Rio Grande, and Duskin Avenue?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It is close to that? Mm. All right, are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Both. Yes.
Your Honor, Fox is mental health.
All right. 21 MM 2576 and 21 124054. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him in both cases.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counselor. There is probable cause in both. Bond in each case will be $500. I'm revoking his out-on-bond case.
Lapkin, bonded. And bonded.
Please tell me your name.
Jeremiah Pagan.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CT 6278E for failing to appear for a status hearing on a no motor vehicle registration. The bond is $1,000. I see that you're on probation, or at least it says that you are. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Okay, so does that mean I have a bond now, or?
You do have a bond.
Okay, because the bondsman said that there was a hold or something.
There is a hold. I don't think you're going to be able to bond out
Okay,
because it shows that you're on state probation and a violent felony offender of special concern. If that's correct, you're probably not going to be able to bond out and a violation of probation will follow.
all right.
Good luck, sir. Benedict Deneville bonded. Okay. He bonded. All right, please tell me your name.
Colin Egan.
21 MM 2579AO. You're here charged with disturbing the peace at a public lodging, battery, and assault on a security officer. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond will be $500 on count 1, $100 on counts 2 and 3. You're not allowed to return to Walt Disney World's Grand Floridian Resort. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not allowed to have contact with any victim or witness in this case. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. You're not allowed to possess or consume alcoholic beverages, and you'll be subject to random alcohol screens. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Apologize.
I have Mojica Rivera bonded
Yes, Your Honor.
and Overton bonded.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Catherine Torres.
21 MM 2564AO. You're charged with trespass to an occupied structure. There is probable cause. Did the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer was an adjudication, credit time served, and no return to the Wawa.
Were you able to discuss that with her, Ms. George?
On my form, it's showing she's on probation, Your Honor.
Oh,
So I would not.
yeah, she is on probation. You're right.
Allow her, I would not advise her to accept the state's offer as in it will violate her probation. It's an admission of the violation.
Right. All right, ma'am, your bond is $500. You're not allowed to return to the Wawa at 4100 East Colonial Drive for any reason. Do you understand that? Yes, ma'am. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim or witness in the case. And because you're on probation, a violation of probation might follow. So I don't know if you'll be able to bond out. I don't know if there's a hold on that. Good luck. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Nathan Brewer.
All right, Mr. Brewer, you're here in 21 MO 441, charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage in violation of state misdemeanors. There's probable cause. Ms. George, did you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer from the state is a withhold credit time served. I did go over the rights Mr. Brewer would be giving up. He understood all of those rights. I also went over the fact that you may adjudicate based on the record. He understood that. He went over a plea form and he would like to accept the state's offer here today.
All right, Mr. Brewer, can you raise your right hand?
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, sir. Can you get closer to the microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest this morning, you'll be giving up certain rights, like your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could deport you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you still want to enter a plea today? You still want to enter a plea? How do you wish to plead to the charge of alcoholic beverage, open container, and violating state misdemeanors? I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'm going to withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you've been in jail. Sir, do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to order that you pay court costs, and I'm going to reduce that to a lien. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
Keith Chambers.
21 MO 442, you're here charged with open container of alcohol. There is probable cause. Ms. George?
Your Honor, I did advise Mr. Chambers of the state's offer of a withhold of adjudication credit time served. We went over all the rights he would be giving up. He understood those rights, and he wants to accept the state's offer here today.
Please raise your right hand.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Not working. I can't turn my fan on. All right, sir, you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering a plea today?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could deport you?
Yes.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of open container of alcohol?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you've been in jail. I'll order you to pay court costs and give you a year to pay it. Good luck, sir.
Okay.
You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Your Honor, for Chambers, was that an adjudication of guilt?
No, I withheld.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
did speak with Mr. Garcia. The state is offering, I don't know if you called the case. I don't think you did.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if you called the case before I start.
I don't think I did. I don't know who he is. Please tell me your name.
Demetrio Garcia.
All right, this is 21 MO 443. You're here charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. There is probable cause.
Your Honor, I did go over the state's offer of a withhold of adjudication and credit time served. Mr. Garcia understands all the rights he would be given up if he accepts the state's offer, and he would like to resolve the case here today. I know there's another open container. I don't know if he can resolve that one as well.
I don't know what the city's doing with it.
Okay, not a, he would like to accept the offer on the.
Please raise your right hand. Raise your right hand, sir.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Say it again.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
True. Yes.
What language do you speak? Spanish?
I don't think
Hablo
he can.
español.
Espanol? Okay.
Español.
Just a moment. Put your hand down.
Give me a Spanish form.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn.
Good morning. If you could please connect to the headset.
Yes.
Sí.
There is contact, Your Honor.
All right, sir, tell me your name again.
Demetrio Garcia.
Demetrio Garcia.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. You're here charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. The state's offered a withhold of adjudication and credit time served. Are you interested in accepting that offer today?
Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
I need you to look at that form in front of you and tell me if you understand the rights that you're giving up by entering this plea.
No me opongo.
No contest.
No canto.
But first, I need to make sure you understand that you're giving up your right to remain silent, you're giving up to your right to a jury trial, your right to testify on your own behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could deport you.
Yes.
All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of open container of an alcoholic beverage?
Yes.
How do you wish to plea?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'll withhold adjudication. I'll give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you've been in jail. I'll order you to pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay them. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
You gonna take no action on
Take no action on the out on bond. Good luck. All right, Madam Interpreter, thank you. I believe that's all we have for you.
Your Honor, may I have his case number?
2021 MO 443AO.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Sir, please tell me your name.
Leroy Smith.
You're here in 21 MO 445, charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. There is probable cause. Ms. George?
Your Honor, the state's offering a withhold of adjudication credit time served in order to resolve Mr. Smith's case today, and he would like to accept the state's offer.
Please raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, sir, you understand the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
Yes.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
God.
All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of open container of alcoholic beverage? You can plead guilty or no contest.
Contest, yes.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days that you've been in jail. Sir, I have to order that you pay court costs. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a home?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to reduce that to a lien. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Say that again, ma'am.
I said you have 30 days to appeal, should you wish to appeal what happened today.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you, sir. Please tell me your name.
Jeffrey Dale Waller.
Good morning, Mr. Waller. I feel like I've been seeing you a lot recently.
Yeah.
You're here in 21 MO 446, charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. There is probable cause in this case. Ms. George?
The state is offering a withhold of adjudication credit time served. However, Your Honor, I was not able to speak with Mr. Waller. He was unavailable at the time. But he does have a plea form in front of him to review.
Mr. Waller, are you interested in accepting the state's offer today?
What is it?
They're asking the court to withhold adjudication and give you credit for the time that you've been in jail.
Oh, time served?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Please raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Sir, I know that you know the rights you're giving up because I've seen you a couple times recently, but I have to check again. You understand those rights?
Yep.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No.
You understand that if you're on probation, this plea could violate that? And if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could deport you?
Yeah.
All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of open container of alcoholic beverage? You can plead guilty or no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
1 day.
1 day that you've been in jail. I'll order that you pay court costs and reduce it to a lien. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. I have the coat bonded. All right. Please tell me your name.
Cameron Bagarzati.
In 21 CF 4383AO, you're here charged with possession of alprazolam, possession of fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine, and giving false information to a law enforcement officer during an investigation. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for the arrest. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond will be $1,000 on count 1, $150 on counts 2 and 3, and $100 on count 4. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. As to your out on bond cases, 21 CF 3256AO and 21 CF 3257AO, I'm revoking your bonds at this time. Good luck, sir.
Can I go through a bondsman?
I've revoked those bonds, so your attorney is going to have to file a motion in front of the trial judge to have new bonds or those bonds reinstated. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Neil Cooper.
All right, this is 21 CF 4371AO, charging you with aggravated assault with a firearm, possession of firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon, and possession of cocaine with a weapon. Ms. George, I'm going to appoint your office. Do you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, I would argue no PC in this case. It literally recites the statute. There's no facts.
Yes, Your Honor. The state has no objection. Can state please have 24 hours?
Yeah, I had the same question when I read this. It is the elements in the statute, but.
With no supporting facts?
There's no.
Right, I feel like there's some facts missing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Or all of them.
Right.
I believe it was potentially a new officer. Potentially.
All right, I'll give the state 24 hours on all counts. So that means it'll come back tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll make sure the covering attorney knows.
All right. Please tell me your name.
Samantha Fox.
#21 CT 2848AO, you're charged with driving while license suspended. There is probable cause. Your bond on that will be $500. You can't drive without a valid Florida driver's license. Do you understand that?
I'm making payments for it. I apologize.
All right, I just want to make sure you understand you can't drive.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and 21 CF 4386AO, you're charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause in this case as well. Your bond will be $1,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers.
Yes, ma'am.
As to 21 MM802, I'm revoking your bond.
Your Honor, I would just ask that you set a higher bond amount in that case. These are nonviolent offenses, and I would just ask that you take into consideration the fact that my client is taking responsibility. She just apologized to the court, Your Honor. So we would just ask that you take that into consideration and just set a higher bond in that case.
What says the state?
Your Honor, it is an Osceola case, so I'm not able to plea it out at this time. I don't know if she would have pled it out. And I believe it technically has been filed in, as it is a notice to appear. According to her history, most of it is nonviolent, with the exception of a few, and her last conviction was a grand theft, which is fairly similar to the case that she's out on bond for, so I'll leave it within the court's discretion.
All right, at this time, I'll take no action on that case. Good luck.
I don't have a bond. No bond?
Yeah, I didn't revoke it.
What?
I did not revoke that bond. I'm taking no action.
Do I have a bond?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck. Please tell me your name. 20 CF 5390AO. You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear on a status hearing on a charge of trafficking in 10 grams or less or more of phenethylamines. The bond on that is $10,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. All right, and I'm revoking your out on bond cases at this time. Good luck, sir.
Did you appoint us, Your Honor? I don't.
I did. You
Okay,
were
thank
you were already appointed, but I did.
Okay.
Please tell me your name.
Ari Hill.
21 CF 4394AO. You're charged with sale or delivery of fentanyl, armed possession of heroin with intent to sell, possession of firearm by convicted felon, resisting an officer without violence, and unlawful use of a two-way communications device. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case.
Your Honor, as to count 2, I know it's an F1, but I'm unsure if it's a life offense.
I thought possession with intent was a second degree, so the armed makes it a first degree.
Yes, Your Honor, that was
Does it
my
make it a
understanding.
PBO?
I believe it's an F1, but I wasn't sure if it was life. I know there are certain offenses where armed and with intent makes it life. I tried to look at the statute and I couldn't find an answer. I didn't know if the court had any.
All right, well, let's look at the statute now.
I believe it's just an F1 due to it not being a trafficking amount.
I think it is too.
I believe, yeah, since it's not trafficking, I believe it just remains an F1. If it were a trafficking amount, it'd be a life.
I think so because it's the with intent to sell, it's not.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So your bond will be $15,000 on count 1, $50,000 on count 2, $5,000 on count 3, $100 on count 4, and $150 on count 5. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. You're also not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Yes, sir?
I was just asking if you raised the bond on my.
I did. Well, you were set at no bond on 2 of the counts, and I set bond. So you do have bond on all of your counts now.
Give me a paper. I got a paper right here stating that. Well, when I first came in, they gave me no bond. Then when I saw pretrial, they said that they reviewed the charges
Oh,
and they somehow.
They did a bond correction.
okay. Well, I set new bonds now.
It's okay. I understand. Oh,
Call your attorney right away, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Jean Leno. First name Leno, last name Jean, but it goes by Jean Leno.
All right, in 2019 CF 14408AO, a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There's no bond authorized on that capias, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Hold on one second. In 19 CF 9294AO, a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on a possession of a controlled substance charge. There is no bond authorized on that, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. In 20 CF 3006AO, a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on charges of possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's also no bond authorized on that, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. In 20 CF 7699AO, a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on charges of burglary of a conveyance and petty theft. There's no bond authorized on that capias, and I'll appoint the public defender's office in that case as well.
Yes, ma'am.
As to your out on bond cases,
Your Honor, we would just ask that you take no action. There's competency issues in that case, and he's already being held on all these charges at no bond. So we just ask that you take no action on the out on bond charges.
I'll do that at this time. I'll take no action on those cases. Good luck, sir. Call your attorney right away. Please tell me your name.
Rashawn Fatmore.
21 CF 4379AO, you're here charged with violation of a condition of pretrial release and possession of cannabis under 20 grams. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. At this time, your bond will be $5,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request in that case?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm revoking your pretrial release in 21 CF 1806AO. Good luck.
Remy is medical, Your Honor.
All right, 21 CF 4375AO, charged with battery on a firefighter. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office.
Your Honor, we'll waive. However, on his out on bond case, I just asked that you take no action on 5. We're trying to get, the earliest they had for him to be evaluated for his competency issues was May 12th. And so we have some serious mental health concerns. He's been in and out of facilities, so we just ask that you take no action, or if you are gonna revoke, just revoke and set a higher bond in that case.
Can the attorneys approach? All right, thank you. All right, so as to 21 CF 4375, I'll stay his bond at $2,500 with no weapons, firearms, or ammunition. In 20 CF 4622AO. Counselor, I appreciate your arguments, but at this time, I am going to revoke that bond.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Perhaps you can make a note for your office to see if you can push that evaluation even sooner.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. 21 CF 3349AO. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. May?
Your Honor, as this is a life offense, state would ask that you hold him no bond.
This was a warrant issued for attempted first-degree murder with a firearm. Another judge has already found probable cause. I do agree with the state. There'll be no bond at this time, but he's not allowed to have any contact with the victim. No firearms or ammunition or weapons of any kind, and not return to the scene for any reason.
Your Honor, there was also many potentially co-defendants and witnesses at the scene that,
I will order that he's not allowed to have contact with any co-defendants or witnesses in this case.
thank you.
Sir, please tell me your name. A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 4077AO, charging you with robbery. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. Your bond is $1,000. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand that?
I don't even know who a victim is.
Can the state put the factual basis on the record?
Yes, Your Honor, 1 second. On or about March 13th of 2021, law enforcement arrived to Hope Village apartment homes in reference to an armed person robbery. The victim, Devin Lee Dunn, stated that he rode his bicycle to a 7-Eleven and secured his bicycle to a handicap pole. He came out of the store and noticed his bicycle was missing. He went back to the 7-Eleven and made contact with two people who gave him a ride back. Once they all exited, the driver of the Toyota pointed a black handgun at him, which appeared to be a 9mm or a .380. And while the driver was pointing the firearm at Dunn, the passenger told him to give him all his money. He had 5 $20 bills. He gave them to the passenger, and the car drove off. The victim later identified Mr. Sparkman as one of the suspects in the vehicle via a photo lineup. All events occurred in Orange County, Florida.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am, my name is Michael Sparkman. That's Michael Rozier. This is the second time they've done this to me. I went to the police department, they cleared me, they let me go, and this is the second time I've been picked up under Michael Rozier.
The affidavit says the vehicle was occupied by the driver, suspect 1, Michael Rozier, and the front seat passenger, who was identified as Michael Sparkman.
Right, so in the affidavit for the warrant, it lists both of you, not one or the other. So probable cause has already been found in this case. I'm not changing that. But what you need to do is contact your attorney right away. You have a phone number on that paper, because if you have defenses to this, if it's a case of mistaken identity or something, then they need to talk to the state, present whatever evidence they have if they think they can persuade the state to drop the charges. But the state of Florida is prosecuting you right now, so that's who they have to talk to about that, okay? So you have a bond, but I'm telling you that you can't have any contact with the victim or any witness in the case, which would include Mr. Rozier. No co-defendant either. You understand that? Yes. You're also not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so you have a bond. Call your attorney right away. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Kevin Strong.
21 CF 438780, you're here charged with possession of synthetic cannabinoids. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your bond will be $1,000. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that? Yes. You're also not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Good luck, sir.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
There's no way to get a PTR or a ROR on this charge?
No, there's not.
Okay, thank you.
Please tell me your name. I'm sorry?
Bridget Taylor.
Thank you. 21 CF 438580, you're here charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're also not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. At this time, I'm revoking your out on bond cases. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Kareem Choler.
21 CF 438880. You're here charged with possession of MDMA. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $1,000. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand that? Yes, ma'am. You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Good luck, sir. 1,000? 15. That's 1,000. Yeah. Please tell me your name.
Lynn Turner.
You're here in 21 CF 438180, charged with carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon and possession of MDMA. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2. You cannot possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription. You also cannot possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What kind of drug charge that is?
It's MDMA, ecstasy.
Ecstasy, I thought that was a sex pill.
I'm sorry?
Ecstasy is a sex pill, ain't it? Ecstasy, I thought it was a sex pill. It's a drug?
It's a drug, yes, sir.
I mean, I didn't know. I found it on the ground and put it up beside it, but I didn't know.
So, sir, everything you're saying is being recorded and can be used against you later?
Right. I didn't know the difference, that's all I was.
Well, that's it. Ecstasy is an illegal substance. It's you can't possess or consume it.
Cool, okay, thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Olin Webb.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 143430, charging you with it's 18 counts. Count 1, scheme to defraud greater than $20,000 but under $50,000. Count 2, grand theft greater than $10,000 but under $20,000. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 counts of uttering forged checks. The bond on this warrant is $20,000 on count 1, $10,000 on count 2, and $1,000 on each count from counts 3 to 18. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You're not allowed to return to the scene of the incident, and you're not allowed to have contact with any victim or witness in the case. Do you understand that? Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Alexi Wilson.
21 CF 439380. You're here charged with grand theft, greater than $5,000, scheme to defraud, less than $20,000, and uttering a forged check. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond will be $2,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $150 on count 3. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. Do you understand that?
Ma'am.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm revoking your bond in 21 CF 3674. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Brett Belcher.
19 CF 7713AO. A warrant was issued for your arrest for violating your probation by failing to pay the $20 cost of supervision, by failing to live without violating any law, by committing the criminal offense of failure to register as a felon in Brevard County, and by testing positive for possession of methamphetamine. There is no bond authorized on that warrant. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Tyrone Sanchez.
All right, in 2000360, you have a violation of probation out of county with no bond. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. 21 CT 2844, you're charged with no valid driver's license. There is probable cause in that case. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. Your bond is $500. You can't drive without a valid Florida driver's license. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
In 1514802, you have also a violation of probation with no bond, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
All right.
Please tell me your name.
Cole Scraper.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 7869 for violating your probation by committing the criminal offense of possession of alprazolam, by committing the criminal offense of possession of methamphetamine, and petty theft, all on April 3rd, 2021, and by committing the criminal offense of possession of drug paraphernalia, also on April 3rd, 2021. There's no bond authorized on that warrant, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Xavier Session.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 18 CF 14478AO, charging you with carrying a concealed firearm. Charging you with violating your probation for carrying a concealed firearm by failing to make a full and truthful report to the probation officer, by falsely reporting that you resided at 4510 Edgemore Street. There is no bond authorized on that warrant, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Also, by failing to make yourself available for supervision, by failing to make court cost payments, and by failing to live without violating any law, in that you tested positive for possession of marijuana. Good luck, sir.
Appreciate it.
Please tell me your name.
Maurice Howard.
A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Osceola County in 20 CT 265 for failing to appear for a rule to show cause on a charge of driving while license suspended. Your bond is $2,999, and we'll notify Osceola County that you're here. This is a Seminole County warrant. Hold on, I'm trying to find the case number. 202924CT. A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Seminole County for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of operating a motor vehicle while driver's license suspended. The bond is $500, and we'll notify them that you're here as well. All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Dylan Peterson.
A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Volusia County
Yes, ma'am.
in 2020-219396,
Yes, ma'am.
charging you with failing to appear on a charge of driving while license suspended. The bond on that is $1,000. We'll notify them that you're here. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me your name. A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Marion County in 20 CT 873 AX for no motor vehicle registration. There is no bond authorized on that. We'll notify Marion County that you're here. And I'm going to take no action on his out on bond case at this time. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Samuel Rosado.
20 CT 3722. A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Lake County for failing to appear on a charge of driving while license suspended. The bond is $4,000, and we'll notify them that you're here. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, are we recalling Mr. Almonte?
I don't know. I'd like the attorneys to approach.